My name is Dola Balaji. Uh, I am a Master of Science student by graduation. Then I went on to do my diploma in supply chain management and inventory and materials management. And Of late and latestly, I got also learned and experienced myself with this executive program in the supply chain and operations management from one of the top universities, I would say institutions, and that too with very learned professors with a lot of examples and case studies. And my background, as I said, I'm a master's chemistry graduate and a postgraduate, and I started my career in all my last 28 plus years of experience, which I have. I've been into the coating industries and building materials, and I started my career from a shop floor and went on to be the senior levels on step by step. And last, I've been leading with an international exposures. Almost out of 28 years, I have 16 years into the multinational companies and international exposures. I've been handling the manufacturing plants and two, three plants as a site head. And I've also did my brownfield projects. I was leading the brownfield projects and a lot of business and high impact value added projects for the business. And I worked with the top players like Asian Paints, Hempel, and AkzoNobel. And this was my career. And uh, that is what in terms of professional. But of course, as I said, I've been into the entirely the supply chain and operations in my entire career. I've been in the shop floor, into the planning, demand, logistics, supply chain and operations. Of course, into the strategy in terms of budgeting, costing. So entire gamut of end to end of supply chain and operations management. So I've been in the last past this 28 years of my work experience. See, one is my background is into the supply chain, and as I said, I've been into the a lot of greenfield projects, and last 3 years I've been into the various business impacting manufacturing projects for Asia and South Asia in my previous in the organization where I was working with, and we were doing a lot of supply networking, designing of supply chain models and all. So then I realized there is so many nuances are there with so much technology coming up and so much challenges and agility of the industry which has come up. In fact, post COVID, there has been a lot of challenges and a lot of agilities and a lot of innovations are happening across the industries. So even the supply chain is the key here. So we have seen so many CEOs currently here, they are starting all their careers. They're all having a supply chain background. Supply chain is the heart of the entire industry, which can make or break the success of anything. And it can create the high business impacting supply chain. People always say it is a cost, but I would say it is the investment to the industry. And uh, the key thing is, as we keep saying, the always we need to keep learning and understanding what is happening in the industries, latest technologies, latest tools which are coming up, so that it can help us to make a very informed decisions in the entire supply chain network. What we do, and the goal is to ensure the customer is served in a more effective way and with the high right quality at the right time in the right level. So I strongly opine that continuous learning is a key thing. And that is also one of the key JIT principles we have in a continuous improvement. We do step by step. So I was looking for an opportunity to learn, and I also say, so I need to unlearn and learn. That is very important so that we can keep upskilling. That is what help us to be in par with what is happening today when the Gen Z is coming in. So they come out with a lot of knowledge and a lot of technical aspects, but they need right guidance with the right tools. And with our experience coupled with the latest understanding of the latest technology, latest trend helps us. So I was looking for those opportunities to learn. Then I come across the course from the IIM. This is a premier institute, and the course structure was very well designed from the beginning of the entire supply chain into the sustainable way, how the entire supply chain can operate with the green nature logistics. Either you take planning or demand forecasting or latest networking model with a networking tool, how it can be done. And at the same time, philosophically, how we do all those things. One, we look at theory part, everything on a paper and theory, but at the same time, also this course, I have seen the entire syllabus with the theory of constraint, all of them. So I find it might be the solution which I'm looking at. I would not say the solution. It could be one of the solutions which I'm looking at in terms of upskilling myself and learning and unlearning. So that is how the journey with the IIM Indore has started. See, the course we just started, we finished the course. Of course, it has been a long journey of an year with more than 120 plus sessions with 15 modules, and starting from how understanding the entire operations management, supply chain management, and step by step getting into the planning, demand forecasting, operations, process structure, and even introducing the mathematical models and business statistics, and how these simple tools which we have been using, and but with the latest, like for example Excel, we have been using the Excel, but now with the some of the exercise which we have done using the solvers, so we do understand the basic techniques to find out an optimal solutions. So when we look into the theory of constraints, the Herschel is one of our professor, he will always say optimal is something is not an answer, but we also know in solutions to find out the best solution, we call as a best one. These tools and all will help us. Now, if you ask me, the learning part, I have already explained to you with the tools what is the change which I have seen. As I told you, I have been into the 28 years, and we have come up stage by stage. We start with the shop floor, and then shop floor we go to the planning and strategy, and then going into the demand forecasting and all. But as we keep climbing up, then we know we have seen the things. But what is the latest things, latest changes, and a lot of business case studies which we come across in these entire sessions with examples. Of course, some of them are very outdated, but the when I say outdated, they are 10 years, 15 years old case studies, but they are true relevant even today. And I'm sure when the case studies have been selected, the professors would have done very great, indeed, depth of understanding of what those case studies are explaining to us, telling us. So that is important rather than whether the case studies is how much old, what case study is helping us to understand. So these case studies we have gone through now. So this all helped us to understand the same problems what we have been seeing in industries. Of course, when you say 28 years, I've been seeing 3 to 4 industries. But when you look at the problems today, what we are facing, the challenges what we face are. So these these tools have explained to us to revisit what we have been learning and what we assume certain things. Then it becomes like a mundane. So you start doing, even though, for example, if you say Excel, it has a huge gamut of solutions it can provide, the formulas, the tools, and all to make things much easier. But over a period of time, we limit ourselves only to the few options and few formulas, and then we keep churning out using the same thing. And of course, without our own knowledge, unknowingly, we keep spending a lot of time. But latest tools and latest technologies will help us to understand much better the opportunities or the tools to take the decisions much faster. So with all this experience and the latest tools did help us to understand much better. If you ask me what is the implementation part of it, yes, as I said, the way we look at the thing. For example, if you look at theory of constraints, what we understand, how we do, we always been in the chaos and then trying to find a solutions. But these modules are also explained us to do a balcony visit and then try to understand how the solutions are very much available, but only it require a very thought process, the way it has to be looked into. So those things has helped. Even take, for example, the process. When we looked at the Rohit Kapoor's operations management, the process structures and all, we think we have been assuming, I know all these things, I know these things. But as the classes went on, the modules went on, we realized, oh, there are much better opportunities are available to look at the same problems in a much simplified way, how we can get a solutions and all. And a systematic approach is what we keep learning in these modules. So that is what my personal experience has been. And a lot of tools has come, like for example, networking model. When we took at Saurabh's, it also has a lot of opportunities. We think networking is something which is out of reach, but we see there are a lot of education based free modules are available with which we can still get ourselves acquainted and use those tools to find a better solutions, better optimum design, supply chain, and then guide the our juniors or our own peers in terms of coming out with the rightful decisions. So that is what my experience has been, and I'm sure. And it is not a one day close. So we have a lot of networking which we have also gathered through these courses, and students we all keep interacting now and then. The issues, anything is there also being discussed in our separate WhatsApp groups what we have. So indeed it has helped me. Now, if you ask me whether do we have a final results deploying before and after, because of this course there has been a sea change, but obviously there has been a change in terms of the way we look at issues, the thought process, and what are the tools available which has become more fresh. So I'm very positive with these things will help us also to revisit when we look at things. it won't be in the same way we will look at what before and now. So that is what my personal learning has been. To tell like some of the modules like sourcing and vendor management, which Professor Bhavin has taken us. See, the very some modules have been very theoretical, but some modules has been theoretical, but they have given clearly the process steps, which is a proven steps to follow with the case studies. So then it also helps us to say, okay, one side is theory, the other side we are also seeing the case studies, and obviously these case studies are not something which has been doctored. So these case studies has been shared from Harvard and all different universities, and it has been published. Case studies are being discussed, and we have seen the relevance of what is being there on the theory and what has been actually implemented. Whether it can be a smaller supply chain network or a multinational network, including a logistics or sustainable or reverse logistics, all of them. We have seen there is a clear step-by-step process in which to understand the challenges and what are the tools available to provide a solutions. So it is very clear. And the key things is all these things not like a magic genie. So okay, I have done the IIM course, then I rub it, then I get a solutions. No. But this course really helps us to give the tools and the way it can be done with the real experiences of the case studies and how it has been a proven case studies and proven part. And it really helps us to guide the right way of approach in terms of the entire supply chain and operations, how we can make a difference. So that is the key things in these courses. See, my personal advice would be yes, you will get what you call as a alumni of IIM Indore. But only thing is, people should not be joining this only for this name tag to say that it is from IIM. Then it is not going to add the value, or they're not going to reap what they have been expecting. But people, when they're attending the course, I have seen is take the course seriously, go through the modules, attend the classes. Some modules could be boring, or it I would say boring means it is very 100% theoretical, it could be dragging and all. But I would say the entire 1 year the people have to go through and do the case studies and spend time on going through the case studies. And the networking is something is very strong. So the team who are all joining is a lot of good networking, so make use of this networking and then explain share those experiences and then modules when they discuss. So be open in the classes. Ensure your doubts, you clarify, you ask the questions, and you listen. That is very important. Not just you come for the sake of attendance. Then I find we may not be able to get the grasp of what the content is all about. I know it will be a bit a daunting task because the classes will be during the weekend and then evenings. Yes, that is what the hardship, and the end of the day, the fruits at the end of the course, what you learn and what you become is much different. But it requires a continuous contribution or dedication from individual. But the networking is something is very strong, and those team of people are all coming from different industries. So that is the beauty I have seen. We have almost 55 to 60 students in the group, and all of them having a varied experience. On average, we are talking about 10 to 12 experience, 15 years of experience. And of course, we have very young talents with 3 years of experience. But on average, I could see 50, even if you look at 500 years of experience, 50 people at 10 years. We are talking about a very rich experience is coming into these sessions, and make use of it. That is what is my advice. And enjoy the session. So people who are have been working like me so many years, and it has really helped us to go back to our college days and then classroom sessions. And the campus visit is really exciting, and we did had the 3 days of feel of going back to the colleges the same way, standing in the queue and having the food in the canteen. And of course, the IIM Indore, the lush green campus, it was a wow experience for the 3 to 4 days with a lot of networking and the people. Thanks, Chaitanya. Thanks to your Times team also. So the Times team been very supportive, really, they're very helpful. And of course, though sometimes we have a technical glitches and delays, but overall, there's been a good job they have done. And thanks for all the support in terms of coordinating even the campus visits. So really thanks. And the professors also made a lot of difference. Like Rohit, I'm very open. Out of 15 professors, we have 5, 6 professors have made a lot of difference and made the sessions live. Like Amit, we have the Pavin Shah, Rohit Kapoor, and we also have Amit Vatsa, Saurabh ji, and Arshal. They all made the entire courses different, and including yours, Sanjay, who was also Professor Sanjay, also was there with us in the campus visit. It was experience was good, and thanks to the Times Pro team also for their support and dedication and commitment.